Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of Madden 17 Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. This is Steeler Nation, and this is episode 20, and we're going to talk about week 6 or 5 and 6 there here for our second season here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Steelers right now currently 5-0, going into a week 7 matchup with the Colts, and you guys will see that episode here very soon. But right now we're going to take a look back at the last 2 weeks there, weeks 5 and 6. Week 5 we had a bye week there, so no action there, no data or anything like that for you to see. So we'll talk about week 6. We'll also talk about some scouting here of some players we'll see here in a little while later on in the video. But there you see our injuries there. Of course, that's the only injury we have so far, and thank goodness that's the only one we have at this point so far in the season. Now we are 5-0 for the season so far. There you see the Bengals 4-3, Browns 1-5-0, and Ravens 0-4-1. They still have not found their first win just yet in the AFC North. But Browns we just played in week 6. We'll tell you guys more. I'll show you guys more about that and talk about that game here in just a bit. So there you see the schedule for us so far, and so far these wins have been really impressive. Every single week the defense is getting better and better, and that's what we're wanting to see, especially when it comes to the secondary and even defensive line here. Here in the last couple of weeks here, I've been getting a really good job of putting pressure on the quarterback and going after the quarterback and pursuing him as much as possible. So we played against the Browns. Ryan Fitzpatrick is their quarterback. They still have RG3, but don't use him much only on a necessary need. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 175 yards. Completed 54% of his passes, 18 of 33. Ben Roethlisberger, 25 of 31, 88% of his passes were completed. Clean as a sheet, 374 with 4 touchdowns in that game. Le'Veon Bell, 35 carries for 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. A lot of that yardage came towards the end of the game. Now, we had a rough time here for the first half here against this guy right here, their halfback there for the Browns. He is just a bruiser. We were able to stop him from going in the end zone, but when it came to a lot of the rushing area, gaining those 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, he did a number on us there. But we were able to shut him down, only keep him under 50 or under 100 there. We kept him around 50, 51 to be exact. Green, there you see 1 touchdown, 125 yards, 8 receptions, getting back to his old self there when how we were just a year ago. Now their tight end there, Telfer, 6 receptions, 84 yards, and 1 touchdown there. He had a really good go there in that first quarter, and they were really doing a great job there passing the ball to him. But again, we're able to put him in check there. And really true, the Browns did a really good job of just spreading the ball around to a lot of different guys. They didn't really stay with one guy particularly. Bell, there you see he had a little catching fun there. He had 4 receptions of 72 yards because the running game, the rushing there for the Browns, it was awesome. They did a great job just really keeping him in there, especially trying to come off the edge. They did a great job there, and we were forced to really try to run. The only time we really had any yards was trying to run the ball up the gut, but then they got wise of that. So it was, like I said, it wasn't towards the end of the game where they let their guard down and we were able to run the ball with them. But Martavis Bryant, there you see he had a touchdown in the game. He had a decent game there, and he had a touchdown in the game there also. Defensively, there you see a lot of great tackles there. You see majority of those first tackles there, the first 2 guys, double-digit tackles there, came from the Browns. Did a great job just really wrapping us up and making sure we don't get too many yardage on a lot of the plays there defensively. And for us, there you see Malcolm Sowell, the rookie there. I'm liking this kid. I think we're going to end up moving him in more of an interior guy on the defensive line there. He had 2 sacks in the ball game. I think so far in the last couple of games now, he has had at least a sack in a game. So he is doing a good job there. Just be able to, come off the line when the ball is snapped and really fighting his way to get in there and really going after the quarterback. And that's what we want from the defensive line. That's what we're looking at for this upcoming draft, is really looking at guys on the defensive line. Not mentioning also the offensive line, because our offense is an issue. We got to get our run blocking going here, so we can get Bell to run. I mean, we got we got another 4 years on that contract with Bell, and we want to try to see if we can get him as much running as possible, along with not just Bell but Cobb. Cobb's been stepping up here. He's been pretty impressive there at times when he's able to run and get big runs there for the ball club. So really getting the offensive line going for ourselves, and so that's something we're going to be looking at this upcoming draft, along with the defensive line and also, of course, the linebackers there. I'm not too much worried about the corners and safeties because we've kind of solved that problem from this past draft. But I mean, there's still some issues there, but for the most part, for right now, I'm kind of satisfied with them. But defensively, like I said here, just didn't get as many sacks as we wanted. We just got that one there from Steven DeWitt. So coming up in the week 7, let's take a little preview here of the week 7 and take a look at the Colts there. They are going to be in action. Take a look at the rest of the week 7 matchups there. We got a Sunday night game between the Falcons and Panthers. Of course, that's always a good one there. Of course, that's going to be in Atlanta. Vikings and Lions there. That's going to be a good one there for Monday Night Football. And, of course, the Jets and Dolphins there on Thursday night. So, the week 5 players of the week there. No Steelers this week here. As you see, Bortles got actually Jacksonville took both offensive and defensive recognitions there for the AFC. Wentz there for the Eagles offensively, and then of course the Redskins there for their defensive player. But there you see defensively there for us in week 6. Of course, we wasn't in week 5, but in week 6 we have Solwell there, and of course the numbers he put up last week there against the Browns. So a nice job there for him. Congratulations on that award there, and quite proud of this kid so far here, as he's been just being a terror there on the D line. Now we'll go ahead and look at the season stats so far here already in the first 6 weeks of the season, and there you see 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions there for Ben Roethlisberger this year so far. We're trying to keep it under 10, but with the way he's going right now, I don't think that'll be the case. But 1,751 yards there so far for Ben Roethlisberger. Take a look at rushing, 519 yards there for Le'Veon Bell, 51 yards there for Cobb. Bell has 5 touchdowns. Cobb has 1 for the season there for the Steelers. So we'll go ahead and go to receiving now, and we'll see here the leader in touchdowns is Bryant. But the leader in yards here, receiving yards, 540 there from Green. Brown, 343. And he's been, of course, kind of been upset because of the contract disputes he's been having with us and dealing with us and whatnot. And, of course, the ball being passed to him. He hasn't been too vocal on the field, at least not publicly, but within the clubhouse there, he has been upset here that he hasn't been throwing the ball to him. And rumors say it could be because of the contract dispute. They don't want to, inflate his numbers too much because they don't want him to, get, bigger numbers, bigger contracts like that. So they kind of want to put him in check there, which if that's true, I mean, that's wrong, but we'll have to see how that goes here in the next couple of weeks. Ryan Shazier, the most tackles right now, 42 there. He's been on fire here as of late, and he's been really just a bruiser when it comes to batting balls away and really roughing up the quarterbacks, or she's not quarterbacks, the wide receivers when they come up the middle there, and just really putting them to the grindstone there on the gridiron. There you see some of the tackles for loss here. I really want to look at the sacks. I can't remember exactly how many sacks. I think the rookie might have the sacks. Sullivan might have the most sacks for the year so far with 4, which is really depressing. That we only have 4 total. Our leader only has 4, but there you see, he has 4 sacks. It's the rookie. Right behind is Tuet, with 3. And, of course, Hayworth with 2. So I think that might change here somewhat. I think those 2 veterans would really like to dig in and ask for more opportunities here to go after the quarterback. But, some of these offensive lines that we've been facing here are really tough. They're really tough to penetrate and get to the quarterback there. So we'll have to see what we can do when it gets to that. Maybe try to throw some more coverage, blitzing and coverage sacks there from the corners there to kind of help them out and kind of flush those out so the linemen can get to them. What else? We'll see interceptions there. Davis has 3. Shazier has 2. There you see the rookie Cornelius Finless. He has 2. And along with Thomas, he has also 2. Rockwell and Gossel and Burns all have 1. So, looking good there. Get some pretty good numbers there. I like what I'm seeing. But, of course, always a room of improvement there. We can get better as we go along here with the season. Let's see what else. I think that's it when it comes to most of the numbers here. Take a look here. Forced fumbles. I got a couple guys got a couple of forced fumbles. Along with fumble recoveries. Take a look there. Got a couple guys, got several guys with just 1. And then I think I've received defensive touchdowns. We have 3 guys to wit. He had that really good run there. Thomas and Golson also. I believe both of those came from the game against the Browns. So, looking good overall, and I like what we see. Now, of course, Chris Boswell, he's been kicking very well here as of late, but for whatever reason, he still has for that glitch. There's a glitch somewhere that they don't show his stats, but he has hit it. He is kicking very well. He's had a couple of missed opportunities for field goals and extra points, but nothing too, outstanding or anything like that. Jordan Berry, there you see his numbers there. When it comes to punting, we don't use him as much here, but when we have been, he's been kind of on key there of what we need when we need it. Kick returns there, you see no kick returns just yet this season, but Gilbert 220 yards there. He's been doing a lot of the kick returns. I think I'm looking at possibly changing that up here and try to maybe give some other guys chances, like maybe guys that don't get too much to play, like Wheaton. And then punt returns, we do have 1. Bryant had that 1 there earlier this season, and he had so far he has 278 yards with punt return yardage. So again, try to change things up. Might try to bring it. Or trying to get another guy in there to kind of change things up and do that to help us out and try to help Brian out here so he's not doing too much work here for us, so he's not too fatiguing stuff. So take a look here at the Colts. We're going to take a look at a little quick preview here at Week 7, taking against the Colts. And there you see the Colts. They lost the first 2 games there. There against Seattle and I think Buffalo, and then they turn around and tie against the the Titans and Ravens, and then win against the Colts at home there, and get their first home win there for the season, the first win overall, really. And they are currently in last place right now in the AFC South with a 1-2-2 record. So. There's been actually a lot of teams here this season has been getting ties, and I think The Colts, I think, have the most ties right now. I think they have 2. I don't know any other team that has 2 ties this season. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of crazy that this is happening in the game. But hey, I mean, this is what happens. But as for the injury reports here for the Colts, there you see Christian Ponder. He has a foot fracture there. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. Their lineman, their guard there, left guard, ankle or Achilles tear. He's going to be out for the rest of the season there. So that's going to be a big hurt there on the offensive line there, which means the opportunity for us to get to that offensive line there is you got one of the good guards there here in the NFL. Of course, T.Y. Hilton there, one of the speedsters there for that team. And that's a guy that we're definitely going to be, number one, focusing in on in the ball game with his 94 speed. Take a look at his running route there. Yeah, definitely a guy that we're going to have to be on point and on key. Excuse me. About what he could do there offensively. Now, defensively here, not so much here. We may be able to play around with Vontae Davis, but at the same time, he is a dangerous guy that we will have to watch out for at times and make sure that we are able to stay on top of him and really, if he gets too hot, kind of avoid him and avoid throwing towards his direction if need be. So there you see him. Of course, Andrew Luck, you're the general of the offense there for Stanford, fifth-year man, 6'4", 27 years of age, and 240 pounds there. And, of course, Andrew Luck, look at his numbers right there. I mean, nothing much, can't say too much about that. He's a dangerous guy who can carve up a defense when at will. So just like his predecessor, the guy before him, no other than Peyton Manning, both those guys are just known to just really embarrass defense coordinators there, and that's something we don't want to. We're getting good right now with our defense. We don't want it to just be dismantled all in one game. So Charles Sims III, 3-year man from West Virginia. There you see his speed. Don't knock on the speed. He does have great speed, great acceleration there, but he can juke like no other and make guys miss and make them look ridiculous. It's not even funny. I've seen some game film of him, and yeah, just a guy that he has really good vision. There you see his ball carrying vision there. And that should be a 99 because the way he carries the ball there and just makes guys miss is not even funny. One of the wide receivers they got, the rookie wide receiver here that we actually scouted him, Hoover from Nebraska, rookie, 6'2", 23 years of age, 222 pounds. He's a guy that we're definitely is a number 2 target there that we're going to have to try to eliminate in the game as early as possible, shut him down as quickly as possible. 91 speed, so he's right up there with Ty, but he's taller, a little bit more athletic, and he can go up and get those jump balls whenever he needs to. So we really got to keep a guy close to him and make sure he when he comes down for the ball really put the hit on him. Same thing with Bertha. The rookie from Louisville. They've got a really good receiving core right now. And I don't understand why they are 1, 2, and 2. I don't get it. Maybe just with these 2 rookies and timing-wise, they haven't got there yet. But when they do, I think this is going to be a wide receiver core, one of the wide receiver cores that we're going to have to worry about in the future years here in this league is with the Colts. Take a look at his numbers there, and again, if we don't shut down Hoover, looking at Hoover and Ty, we have to look at Bertha too. So it's gonna be a really interesting game. How we're gonna be able to stop these guys when it comes to the passing game. Now, look at some scouting here. We're going to take a look at some scouting. A couple guys that I have in mind right now that we're looking at here early here this season is Connor Coker. There you see from Wisconsin, 24 years of age, 6'5", 318 pounds. He's a great pass blocker. There you see his pass block, his run block. Needs a little help there, but his impact blocking really needs help. And that's something we're going to have to try to see. But he is one of the guys that we are currently looking at. Now, he is an projected early first rounder. And, again, if we can try to, do some maneuvering around to get up in the order or whatnot, that's somebody I like to see. I'm hoping that he'll drop maybe down to maybe an early, to the early, like possible early second round to late first round, because that'd be perfect for us, especially with teams. I think by the looks of it, looks like a lot of teams could be going defensively this year. So that, if he's still around the board there, that's a guy we definitely could go after. Looking at left tackles, also too here, with left tackles continuing this on, you got Will Ibbert, zone blocking there from Boston College, 20 years of age, 6'4", 314 pounds there. Great run block, great impact blocking, and pass blocking not so great. But we are looking at guys that are run blockers, guys that can go move along with us, block up, and just split open the line and open those gaps up so that our halfbacks can blaze through there and go after first downs and try and really do a good job of moving the chains. So that's something we're going to be looking at here. He is one of the guys that I have on my list. Now, he is projected late 4th round, but they say his talent is 7th round. So give or take what you think of that. I really think that we could get him at a good deal, at a good price there in the 4th round. There you see a projected second round, but really a late third round guy, Samuel Amato. There you see a run blocker there. Great run block, great impact blocking, and not good pass blocking. The interior guys right there, those are the guys that we need to, do what they do. But yeah, Wake Forest player, 23 years of age, 6'6", 329 pounds, and he is he's another. Looks like a great right tackle there for us. And like I said, a lot of these guys we can move around if we start depending on how what we need when it comes after we got any of the guys re-signed or free agency like that. We can move guys around and put them in different spots. AJ, there you see him, a talent, 5th round talent there. They say mid 5th round. Projected early 6th round guy. Run blocker. Take a look at his impact blocking, his run blocking, his pass blocking. Again, another player that we can definitely. That to me is perfect for us. Makes a good fit for us. What we're looking for. Colorado State, 22 years of age, 6'7", 330 pounds. There, big boy there. And talking to his coaches there, we actually took a visit there. At one of the games there was the Colorado State game, and what he did on that offensive line just amazed us. We were really impressed, and we think that he could be a guy that could do the same thing in the NFL. Also, Carter Looper, run blocker there from Indiana, 22 years of age, 6'7", 339 pounds. Again, nice run block, excellent run impact blocking. Pass blocking, not the greatest, but still something we can work on over time. Talking to him, parents are diehard Colts fans, have dreamed about their son playing for the the Colts, and he's a Colts fan himself. He admits it. But whatever team would pick him up, he would would be a diehard fan of them. And we talked to him about that and kind of joked around with him, on because we had this game come up with the Colts, and for the most part here, he's from a small little town out there in rural Indiana. And so, playing for the University of Indiana and then possibly, getting traded to or getting picked up from a team from his home state, it's something he dreams about. But he's willing to expand his horizons and move on to something bigger and better. And we talked to him about that and give him a hard time. But definitely a great guy that would definitely be another fit for us that could really help us out here when it comes to the running game. So. That is a look right there, just a kind of first look at what's going on so far. Looking at the scouting so far here. We got a lot more scouting to show, but don't really have the time to do it. At some point, I would like to do just a video here, maybe in the mid-season here, coming after week 8. Do a 2 video of Steeler Nation of showing more of the recruiting and stuff like that, and just being up but recruiting. And I think that's something I may end up doing, but we'll have to see here just time wise. But yeah, so far, looks pretty good here, and now we're gonna get ready for week 7 as we go to Indy and take our 5-0 record here, try to make it 6-0 against a 1-2-2 Colts team that right now just really wants a win here. And try to get some wins built up here, so they don't have to worry about trying to get up in the standings there in the AFC South. So that'll be coming up here in about a day or two here on the channel after this video is released. So stay tuned for that and get ready for more Steelers football here on ESGNet. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pittsburgh Steelers franchise here on ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. Links are down below in the description. And to get the latest news and information on what's going on here on the channel and what is going on in the world of sports in general. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, keep yourselves each other healthy. And I will see you guys next time.